Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's Tolu Adebayo. Alright, I want to take you through the program How to Set Your 5 Years Goal, and I won't take much of your time. While I'm speaking, a lot of templates will be flying. You'll see a lot of slides. You can always pause and screenshot, and then you can decide to put in for any of our courses or buy our books, join our WhatsApp group where you or WhatsApp channel where you have access to all of that free of charge. Ladies and gentlemen, how to create a 5 years plan. Number one, write it down. Number two, be prepared for change. Number three, write down the steps. Number four, learn about your goal. Number five, determine your plan scope. Number six, brainstorm. All right. Number seven, divide your goal into two entities. Number eight, establish your why. All right. Let's start with number eight. When your purpose is not stronger than your obstacles, you often lose your goal. So and that's why I tell people establish your why. All right. If your purpose for looking for money is to eat and wear the best of clothes, just get a job. And if your job right now doesn't answer that question, just look out for a better job. But if you're thinking of a situation where you take care of nation's problems, you begin to solve problems for people, you begin to, even become an employer of labor, you begin to, set space, you begin to solve complex problems, that won't work. So you need to have a strong why, a strong reason why you want to do that. Number next, divide your goal into two entities. All right. Identify biannual goals. Use the information from your research because you're expected to make your research. These goals should help you on the path to your goal. But the reason why I want you to divide them is to turn them into a smaller and considerable scope. All right. In the next class, I'm going to be teaching you how to set 1 year goal. Then after then, how to set 1 month. Then we talk about how to set 1 week. Stay tuned. All right. You need to divide your goals. Divide it by two and see, okay, I have 2 years. Can I do this? I have 2 years. Can I do this? The third year, which will make it fifth year, the middle part, which will make it the fifth year. Can I use it to run over whatever I didn't achieve in those 5 years? All right. Number next, brainstorm potential goals. All right. You have to think about it. You have to engage positive groups to discuss your goal and see if it is attainable. And at this point, don't fidget, don't feel bad. Your prayer point is somebody else's daily reality. And your daily reality is somebody else's prayer point. So we are not at the same place at the same time in this same world. Some of us are at the level of thousandaires, some of us are at the level of millionaire, some of us are not at that level. We are somewhere upper, but the truth is we all have the same problem. Number one, we don't want to come down. Number two, we don't want to stay there. Number three, we want to go higher. And so that makes it impossible for you to say, I am at this level and I don't need a goal. Number nine, determine your plan scope. Begin by identifying specific categories for goal setting. You might consider area of your life like career, finance, relationship, fun, home, health, services, etc. Decide whether you want to focus on one area, a few area, or whole area in your 5 years plan. Write each area title at the topic of a piece of paper. Now, if you are new to goal settings, I actually stop advising people to have more than one column. If you are new, one column, or one or two columns if you are dedicated. Usually people set goals and have as many columns as they want and do nothing close to 50% of those columns, which lead them into depression, which make them weaker, which made them think they are not a super achiever and that they've not really done much to achieve so much. Like I was saying the other time, number next, learn about your goal. You have to do your research online. You have to do your research on ground. You have to look for businesses that make such progress already. You have to look for career-related person via social media site and see, okay, what is it? This is my career goal. Is there somebody who has done that before? Is there somebody doing it? Is it an achievable goal? All right, number next, write down the steps. You have done your research. You have figured out what you want. You have brainstormed. You have divided it into two. Write down the steps. The steps are what are you going to be doing every day for the next 5 years? Is that very, very simple? All right. Be prepared for change. There are so many things you plan that won't work out the way you plan it. And so the fact that you plan something and it didn't work out the way you plan it has not affected your goal unless you allow it to. The fact that you plan to buy a certain car in 5 years to come and now change has happened, that particular car is not in circulation for medical reasons, for obvious reasons, for relatable reasons. It has not affected your goal. Your goal is deeply involved in buying that car for a certain purpose. And so if the purpose of buying the car is still alive, that purpose can actually find another car that serves the same purpose. If your purpose of buying car is entertainment, fancy, luxury, awesome, and the particular car, for reasons unknown to us, the federal government has declared the car illegal. That doesn't. That's why I'm talking to you. You have to be prepared for change. You have to be prepared for change. You have to be able to identify the difference between I could not achieve my goal and I settle for something better than what I was aiming for. All right. If you are prepared for change, you will end up settling for something better than what you were aiming for. And remember, I said write it down. A written goal is more relatable than a thinking goal. You have a large memory and a long of time to think. So when you write it down, you are giving yourself the power to focus. When you write it down and you review it from time to time, you are forcing your brain to align with all the possibility you need to achieve your 5 years goal. You need to write it down because we're talking in 5 years time. And so you need to write it down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, call me Tolu Adebayo. My goal is to help you to be more, do more, and create more. I look forward to you. Follow me on social media and don't forget to follow the Super Achiever Foundation where you get more information about things like this and you are smarter when you are a super achiever. I see you where at the top. Why? Because you're super achiever.